Hey, gang, this is Carl White broadcasting from the secret headquarters here at the Mortgage Marketing Animals. And you are listening to Loan Officer Freedom, #1 podcast in the world today. And thanks to you guys, #1, by the way, for loan officers. All right. I didn't want Joe Rogan to think that, hey, dude, you might want to recheck that stat. But #1 podcast for loan officers in the world today. Based on the amount of reviews that you find people have posted. I really appreciate it. And today I'm going to be running solo. I love having guests on here. And I also love running solo sometimes, just for us to share our thoughts together. And yeah, just me and you sometimes. So this is one of those times. So what I want to talk to you today, this shouldn't take too long, is getting rid of the clutter, getting rid of the clutter. And I'm going to tell you that this has been something that's been an absolute game changer for me. And by the way, not just in my bank account, not just in my mortgage business, but for my entire life, like with everything, like my whole life. And it isn't about numbers or interest rates or credit scores. This one is about you and your life and how you can maximize your success, maximize your happiness, your fulfillment, while minimizing the clutter. A lot of people think that when you have a more successful business, that it means more clutter in our lives, and it actually doesn't, right? Or it doesn't need to, right? So in our hustle to close deals and make the magic happen, we often pile up some tasks or commitments and some relationships that were put into place to help us. But sometimes after a while, those very same things that might have helped us at one point, or at least we put them into place to help us at one point, sometimes after a while, they might feel like a big old boat anchor holding us back. Now, don't get me wrong, the vast majority of our relationships are nothing short of awesome, right? But those few, right? Those few can suck the energy out of us like a New York City blackout, right? Can you feel me here? So they can, like, it only takes one person, it seems like, that can make it so we dread going to work and frankly, thus robbing us at being at the top of our game or at the top of your game. So I want you to do a little bit of homework. Don't worry, this is not going to be hard. I have found great success in my personal and business life in a process I call simplify your life. Simplify your life. And by the way, this was inspired to me by a great trainer, Brian Tracy. Many of you might have read his book, probably written one of his books, read one of his books. Probably his most popular is Eat That Frog, but this doesn't have anything to do with that. This is Simplify Your Life. And your homework, what I want you to ask yourself, what or who is in your life right now that, knowing what you know now, you wouldn't invite that same person into your life today? Let me read that again. So ask yourself, what or who, because it might be a what or who is in my life today that, knowing what I know now, I wouldn't re-invite back into my life today. And this isn't about regret or being uncool at all, folks, right? It's about grabbing your life by the horns and steering it where you want to go, right? And this could be like a sticky task, perhaps you've been dreading, or a draining relationship, or even a shiny gadget that's been collecting dust instead of making life easier for you, right? It might be something that's like a little widget you bought for the mortgage business that's kind of a little bit of a shiny widget. And you're thinking, gosh, I got halfway through it and it's taking up space in my head, but I need to use it because I paid good money for it. But, maybe it's actually not making life any easier, right? So once you've figured out what these things are, these things, these programs, these processes, these groups, or these people or this person, once you've now nailed down who or what those speed bumps are, ask yourself the following question. Here's the game changer. What's the first step to take to break free and eliminate this thing, this person, this group, this task from my life? What's the first step to break free and eliminate this from my life? And it might be as simple as a heart-to-heart chat, a polite no thanks, perhaps, or just deciding to part ways with that thingamajig that lost its sparkle. Now, one thing, let's not go crazy and start ditching everyone who disagrees with us, like on the latest sports scores, right? So, and by the way, especially when it comes to family, right? It's important to be super cool, super patient. And remember, nobody's perfect, right? We all go through our little seasons. So we need to show grace to longtime friends and family and understand that challenges are just part of the game, and open, honest talks can really turn them into opportunities. So the point of all this is to help you focus on what truly like jazzes you up and makes you want to jump out of bed in the morning, ready to take on the world. I mean, you deserve a life filled with people and tasks that light you up, not weigh you down. And remember, simplifying your life and bettering yourself, it's a marathon and not a sprint. And understand that every step you take gets you closer to a life that's more fulfilling, less stressful, and chock full of the good stuff. So, I'm basically, kind of cut yourself a break and enjoy the ride, right? Eliminate those things that's dragging you down, those people, those relationships. And I get the loyalty thing, right? Like, I get the loyalty, but understand that loyalty has an expiration date, right? Loyalty has an expiration date, and it's okay, right? It's okay. And frankly, the same could be said of you, right? The loyalty that people have to you has an expiration date, and I keep that in mind of myself. Loyalty people show to me, it has an expiration date. And so I have to make sure that I'm bringing things to the table, to the relationship, to update that relationship, right? To update that expiration date, to buy me a little bit more time, perhaps, right? So again, what or who is in your life right now that, knowing what you know now, you would not reinvite that thing or that person back into your life? And what's the first step to get that back, to remove that from your life right now? Again, showing grace to family and friends. So this is kind of a short episode, but it's meant to be a thought-provoking one. And I can tell you, for me, myself personally, this has been an absolute game changer for me for many, many years since I heard this from Brian Tracy. And I probably heard this, I don't know, probably 15 or gosh, at this point, maybe about 20 years ago. Actually, it was probably about 20 years ago that I heard this. And it's just a game changer for me. And so I know some of the episodes you might be out walking your dog, or maybe you're on the treadmill, maybe you're driving back and forth to work. But make sure, as soon as you can, take a pause, pull over on the side of the road, and write yourself a little note, that question. And this can be really freeing for you. So anyway, that's all I got for you here today. So I'd be super excited to hear what you think about this idea. And so be sure to reach out to me. I'm on all the social medias. Facebook messaging is a way to have a direct connection into me. And so I appreciate it there. And yeah, that's it. I'm not going to drag this on any longer than it needs to be. And so that's it. Hey, I'm going to ask you a quick favor. Forward this episode to 3 of your favorite friends. And also, I really appreciate those reviews. And so if you could, whatever platform you're listening to this, I'm going to give you an ethical bribe. If you'll leave a review, obviously we like the 5-star, but really just an honest review. Leave an honest review, take a picture of it, and then email it to me at support@themarketinganimals.com, support@themarketinganimals.com, and include that email, a picture of review, whatever it is, right? We reply back to each and every one of them. That our ethical bribe when you do that is we're going to send you a Yeti style mug, a Mortgage Marketing Animals Yeti style mug, and we're going to mail it to your house. We pay for the mug, we pay for the shipping, we pay for everything, simply to have you give us an honest review, right? It helps us in the searches. So I would appreciate it when you do that. And thank you so much for all those that have. So that's it. All right. Thanks again, everybody. We appreciate it. And looking forward to seeing your review. And we'll see you on the next episode of Loan Officer Freedom. Thanks again, everybody. Bye-bye.